And that brings us to the three races we mentioned at the top of this show. Three defining moments that solidified their legacies, not just for themselves, but for everyone who ever had questions, whoever had doubts about who these women were and what they could do. For each of them, this was the race that cemented them in history. Three black women, three different races, three different eras, and yet their stories, woven together, form a singular truth. Black women run toward greatness, even though the world tells them to slow down. When we met Wilma Rudolph, the girl from Tennessee who was told she'd never walk again, we saw her fight through polio, through segregation, through doubt. We saw her defy it all. As a 16-year-old, she left Melbourne with the Olympic bronze medal, but her mission was far from over. When we met Florence Griffith-Joyner, the woman who went from working in a bank to becoming a global icon, we saw her sprint to an Olympic silver medal in Los Angeles, redefining what it meant to be bold, fast, and feminine, refusing to be placed into a box. We saw her find love, reinvent herself, and set the stage for a season that would change history. And then there's Sha'Carri Richardson, the girl with the flame-colored hair and unapologetic confidence. The world saw her rise and then fall. We saw her miss out on the Olympics, endure public criticism, and struggle to find her form. But we also saw her learn, grow, and rise to the occasion. Now, they each stand at the starting line of their biggest race yet. Three moments in time, three black women, three different battles. But in a matter of seconds, each of them would prove, without question, that they belong to history. Rome, 1960, 100-meter final, lane 3. Wilma Rudolph, now 20 years old, had already dominated the heats and the semifinals. She wasn't just a contender anymore. Wilma was the favorite. The gun fires. Wilma explodes out of the blocks. By the halfway mark, she's already ahead. By the 80-meter mark, this race isn't even close. She glides across the finish line, untouchable, 11.2 seconds, gold medal, the fastest woman in the world. A young girl who once wore a brace on her leg had now outrun every single woman on the planet. Wilma wouldn't stop there. She would go on to win 2 more gold medals in Rome, becoming the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in a single Olympics. She was no longer Wilma Rudolph. She was a global icon. But unfortunately, we can't stay for the podium ceremony. There's another race we have to get to. Because 28 years later, another black woman was about to do something no one had ever seen before. Indianapolis, 1988, 100-meter semifinals at the U.S. Olympic Trials, lane 5. Florence Griffith-Joyner, or Flo Jo, was a different athlete than she was in 1984. She wasn't running for silver anymore. She was running for history. She crouches in the blocks. Her nails, painted to perfection, rest lightly on the track. One leg is covered, the other one is bare. The world stares at her, not knowing what's about to happen.
Now she's moved down to 100, and she's one of the top contenders.
Gail Devers is in lane 4. Lane 1 is open. And quickly, Florence Griffith-Joyner blowing away the field. And a 10:49. Wind aided 10:49. Wait a minute. The anemometer says the wind was within the legal limits.
Cannot be. No one can run that fast.
10.49 seconds. A world record. A time so fast, some refuse to believe it. A record that, as of today, has never been broken. But Flo Jo wasn't just making history with her speed. She was rewriting what a black woman in sports could look like. The long nails, the one-legged suits, the unapologetic beauty, strength, and power. And she wasn't done yet. Later that year in the 1988 Olympics in Seoul, South Korea, Flo Jo would bring home 4 medals, 3 golds, and a silver. Oh, and get this, that gold in the 200 meters, it also came with a world record that, to this day, still stands. But for now, we need to get you to one last race, because redemption is on the menu. Budapest, 2023, 100-meter final at the World Championships, lane 9. Sha'Carri Richardson barely made it into this final. She had struggled in the semifinals, finishing 3rd in her heat and barely sneaking in on time qualification. She wasn't in the middle lane. Those lanes are reserved for the fastest qualifiers. No, she was in lane 9. No one wins from lane 9. But redemption arcs are never easy, are they?
Set. Women's 100 world final. The Jamaicans get out well. It's Sharika Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, Talou. Here comes Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri's done it. Sha'Carri Richardson has won the world title.
10.65 seconds. Redemption complete. Sha'Carri Richardson, world champion. The girl who had been doubted, dragged, and dismissed. The girl who had been written off, but also the girl who didn't write back, was now standing on top of the world, posting the 5th fastest time in the history of the sport. And in the following year of the 2024 Olympics, Sha'Carri blazed her way to a silver medal in the 100-meter final. But in classic black woman fashion, she wasn't done yet. Because in the 4x100-meter relay, with the United States trailing and the gold slipping away, Sha'Carri, running the anchor leg, put her country on her back.
Amy Hunt is making the exchange to Darren Nina. Here comes Sha'Carri Richardson. Look to the far side. Sha'Carri's gold covered. All the way to the line. USA wins gold.
3 races, 3 different eras, 3 black women. Wilma ran for respect. Flo Jo for history. For Sha'Carri, redemption. But when the world saw them run, they saw black women in all their power, all their beauty, all their resilience. And in those moments, the world could do nothing but watch them fly. Let them know, Niecy.
And I'm ready, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Yeah. And I'm here to stay. I'm not back, I'm better.